pitch.
Okay, let me hear that. Okay.
So I was, I was we had, you could put flyers. You could put you could create slides and do your presentation. You were limited to how many slides you had and so forth. And then we had 5 minutes to deliver our pitch and so forth. But, and we had two people, they are from the procurement office, and they gave, yeah.
Mm.
And so it was really, really it was good. They, like I said, they divided us up, and I think it was about five of us. It was five of us in each session because even though there were more people that attended the class, there were only 22 people that actually pitched, but they had enough people to put us in different sections to do a pitch.
And
Yeah.
this was for an industry day? Or
No,
what? For
this
agency?
was a part of their Operation Parachute. Because most of the people
Oh,
there were women veterans. Okay,
okay. We're talking about Operation, um,
parachute.
the
Yeah.
one that I did post in there.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
was a virtual event?
It was a virtual event. Yes. And
Wow.
it was so good because I was able to pick up where you left off with that class.
And do you feel comfortable? Did they give you feedback?
Oh yeah, they did. The two people that did it, they said, I want to come to that with you with what you're doing. And then they gave me some resources within the Veterans Office to reach out to because I was talking about collaborating, but I was collaborating with the main one, and they said, no, add these to that.
Mm.
Yeah, so basically, they were saying like a couple of things that I didn't do, I didn't put my SAM information on my thing, and I did on my slides, and little things like, well, that make a big difference. I didn't do it, but they thoroughly enjoyed the presentation. They were just giving me feedback on what I should have added on the slides, so forth.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's real, y'all. That's real.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Yep,
good.
yep, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was, I'm trying to go back to the contract opportunities to see which one it was in here. It was a mm, parachute operation, and you're
Yes.
not a veteran, correct?
I'm not a veteran, but I'm an Army brat. And because I was certified as a WSB, I was able to attend the class.
Y'all see?
And then being an Army brat did help too.
Say what?
Being an Army brat, my dad was in the military for 30 years. And so they they call children of the Army servicemen Army brats, at least when I was growing up, but they still call it that because when I said that, they said, oh yeah, you're an Army brat.
Okay.
It
Very
was on the
good.
calendar, Miss Paula, that's the one I was in.
Jan, hey, you were in the class?
Mm-hmm.
I did not see, well, we couldn't see each other anyway, but
Right. Yep.
um,
Good, y'all.
I went to all eight of them,
It
okay.
was
Tuesdays
good.
and Thursdays.
Was it a good experience?
It was good. That was the one where I kept posting those nuggets and then I stopped because remember someone posted a recording and it's proprietary information?
Um,
Yeah,
oh, it was a good class, wasn't it, Jan?
it was excellent. Mhm.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, I, and I was just sharing how I pitched yesterday, and you know, they uh they gave me some good feedback. But in fact, like I said, both of them said I want to attend that because I was recommending an activity for those transitioning,
Yeah,
and they really like it. So the feedback that I got was things about listing, my Sam's number and UEI, all of that in the presentation. But as far as what it is that I want to do, they understood the message loud and clear. And then they also one of them sent me an email this morning that had another reference for me to use to go after that in the VA's office that could help carry that into fruition. So I was like, okay,
Very, very good, very good.
yeah, yeah. So, it all started with you, Paula.
Good.
Woo!
Everybody getting off the bench. Let me see some faces here. This is a happy hour. I can't talk and bond with people with a black screen. I want to see some faces here.
Hey, Paula, how are you?
Okay.
Yes.
Huh? Miss
I said
Bird, Miss
I'm back to
Jordan. Let me see what y'all looking at. And this is my little happy hour here. And you know how I kick it off, right? How do I kick it off?
Ain't no stopping us now.
Ain't no stopping us now. Let's have everybody. Can y'all see the screen? Well, this is weird. I'm doing something weird. Hold on. Um, okay. Screen. All right, here we go. And I need to let people in because we're getting ready to have a party with a purpose, y'all.
Okay.
And I know how I start off. Let's get this party started. I want to hear y'all singing and act like ain't no stopping us now. We are yeah. Let me see some faces. I need to make sure you're sleeping. We're on the move. All right. Welcome, everyone. Can I see some faces? Because I want us to get a little personal tonight. It's not all, I want to have some fun in our little networking. I want us to get to know each other. I want us to understand the mission and the purpose of what we're trying to do. Um, so to start off, again, I need to see y'all faces. Miss Newark, y'all, Alicia, Kelly. This is a happy hour. I can't talk to y'all with a black screen. I need to see who's in the house. How y'all doing? Miss Kelly, you're new to the family, right? You hadn't been. So y'all welcome the graduates to Kelly, the new.
Hey, y'all.
I think we have
Hi.
some Miss Williams, Miss Charlton, y'all are new to the family. Welcome and cut on your camera so we can see. Miss Burton, Miss Jordan, they just graduated. Okay, she did us a shout out online. I'm not sure what's going on, Miss Charlton, but welcome everyone um, to this first happy hour under the GPI Community Connection. And what I like to do to start off with is for us to get to know each other personally. I'm going to put us into some breakout rooms. And if y'all can just get to know each other, the background, share something about yourself that no one else would ever know. For instance, and I'm just going to share this with y'all because y'all family. My nickname growing up was, well, let me start off. My father's was a police officer in Nashville, and his nickname was Watt Daddy. That's how the whole town knew him as Watt Daddy. And I was Watt Daddy's daughter. But then I somehow along the line got another nickname and I became What baby? I don't want to hear that no more. So I'm keeping this amongst y'all. I don't want y'all out there, hey, what baby? No. I want y'all to keep this among us, but I just want us to really build out this community. I cannot do it without you guys. That's the whole purpose of me creating this community so that we're no longer alone out here. So often in this space as an entrepreneur, you're isolated. And when you take this type of road and go into this, no one understands your role, right? I went through 2 divorces in 1 year. I got rid of the husband and the partner all at the same time. The husband is like, when the business started getting rough, it's like, you need to find you a job. Me, I wish I could, but I got 40 people. So nobody would understand that level of responsibility and what you're doing. And most of us, how many of you, by show of hand, is the first entrepreneur in your family? Hmm. Yeah. So what happens is what? Once you get to that success, then cousin Boo Boo want a job. Everybody wants a job. Everybody calling because you got all them contracts. Can't you, Auntie? Can't you hook up your nephew? No. So everybody wants to get to that level, but it's a level of responsibility that I was not prepared for, right? I wasn't prepared for having 40 employees on my payroll, needing payroll, trying to just market the business. It's a whole lot that's involved. But for me, in that first business, I knew what my end goal is. So that's what I tell everybody. Start at the end of where you're trying to go. So that can keep you focused. And my end goal was to build that business up and sell it. I wasn't expecting any of the lawsuits. But even during the lawsuits, I was still grinding and submitting proposal because I knew if I got that $30 million contract, I could buy these partners out and keep it moving. Because my mentor got into that 8A program, and in 6 years, he sold his business for $27 million. This is how we create generational wealth. This is how we begin to think outside of who we are. We're so comfortable chasing the crumbs. Are y'all hearing me? We think if we done made 200,000 in that business that year, we done made it. No. I'm trying to get y'all to millions and understand the millions are out here. So I need your mind to be at that level. And hopefully through the program, right? It's open you guys to be bigger than that. And so the whole purpose of creating this platform and the way SBA's programs are designed and how these contracts are designed is not designed for you to do this by yourself. It's all of those contracts are designed to collaborate. And right now, the game has changed with AI. There's no excuse for us now. And we need to leverage the AI in this process before they start regulating the AI. Those of you who are currently in business that have meet the basic minimum qualifications for the 8A program. Um, I want everyone to start applying into that program now. And the reason I say that is the writing is on the wall. They've already started to dilute it. And I want as many in there right now before they start diluting that program. What are the minimum requirements? I've had janitorial firms that came in there with sales at $15,000 or $20,000. The program is a business development program. And that's the whole purpose, is to build your business for 9 years. That's why they're giving you that access to those contracts up to $4.5 million. I have encouraged everyone right now, everybody need to be submitting bids. This is the end of the year. How many of y'all been out there looking at opportunities? Everybody? How many are submitting? Everybody give me the same thing. I'm looking, but I'm not submitting. And right now it's a numbers game. But by September the 30th, they've got to get rid of all of this money. And what I've been seeing on my end is inexperience on the government side. Just how they're posting these opportunities. When they're having 5 or 6 amendments, you know somebody on the other side is not doing what they don't understand it. And so for me, that's to our advantage, because now that's going to give you a better opportunity of winning. Give you a better opportunity of winning, because they're going to miss things that somebody that seasoned would have caught. The other thing, I've tied into another company, although I always discourage the factoring companies, but I found a company that is very reasonable. His percentage on the money is 1.3%. It ends up to be like 2%. Because I don't want you to have the worry about their competing, and that's limiting you for what you submit based on your contract award. One of the young ladies that again just completed the cohort, she submitted 25 bids thus far using AI. And she's gotten at least 3 dings back for the agencies. So that's when I started in my pool to connect her with somebody, because I was like, what are you going to do if all that hit? But I don't want you signing off of it. And she followed it perfectly. Once she won that first contract, I said, let me look at it. Let's go over it. To make sure you don't have any questions and you don't position yourself where you're going to default on that contract, meaning you can't deliver it. Who's their subcontractor? What's the terms and conditions? What clause in the terms or condition is the government asking you? How are you going to get paid? So those are some of the questions that she should have generated before signing that contract. Because once you sign the contract and now you're trying to play catch up and it's not going to work. You got to deliver. So I'm very proud of her. The factory, she didn't have the best of credit. Wasn't a whole lot of revenue coming in, but they were able to take that contract and borrow against it. All right, and that's a run and done. She got 4 deliveries delivering rock salt. Do y'all hear me? Her background is IT, network engineering. Has nothing to do with rock salt. She's here in Georgia. The contract she won is in North Carolina. The one she have is in North Carolina. So she won they signed off on the contract last week. She submitted it June 16th. Signed off on it. Her first delivery is tomorrow. So she asked me, and she got 4 runs. They're 42,000 each. She's getting half of it off of the top. She put a 50% markup on it. Now y'all think about the logic. Y'all think about the strategy. How many people submitting bids on rock salt? minimizing your competition. And it was in North Carolina. She's here in Georgia. So she asked, should I take a ride to North Carolina um, to meet up with the delivery? Yes, get in your car. Go down there and let that contracting officer, that buyer, see your face. Now they know that you are managing that project. You're going to now get to meet the delivery people face to face. And you're recouping your costs on the back end. It's not going to cost that much money to drive down to North Carolina and meet the player. Because I told her, you get ready to be the queen of rock salt. Because you got to think of the agency's thought process, right? It's a small community. So once they get a contractor that's in and they deliver and perform, they're going to start feeding you. They're going to start, oh, we got a good one over here. And those are the little buys. That's the purchase order. So that one purchase order, right? What's the cap on RFQs, someone? What's the typical cap on the simplified acquisitions? What's the dollar amount? All right, students.
Is it 250,000?
250,000. Okay. They issue it as a purchase order. They can modify that purchase order up to 250,000. But you've got to get into the game now. That's why I called this meeting tonight, to make sure that we're using AI, number one. Are you all comfortable with AI? Is only good based on the information that you are putting in there. Are you all comfortable in using AI and responding to these solicitations? Do you know what you should be asking? Anybody? Has anybody used it? And can you give me an example of what you would ask if you just identified the opportunity? How are you leveraging AI? Anybody?
I ask it to analyze
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
the opportunity and analyze the statement of work, spit out what's needed, generate me a checklist, and I go from there.
Mm.
Hey, this is I use it also to as you've taught us in our class, focusing on the CLM first. So those are the questions that I ask. I ask about the scope of work. For C, I ask about what is the submittal process and what is the evaluation process. Extract that from the RFQ or the RFP, and then make sure that I understand that, and then drill down from there.
Has that been helpful for you?
Oh yes, and that's the only reason I'm late now is because we're working on getting one submitted right now before I go on cruise tomorrow. So yes, it works very well.
And another way is shortcut, summarize the scope of work. Right? Once you summarize the scope of work, well, what type of vendors may I need, or what type of individuals will I need? So if it's in a subcontracting component, I would say, how many, give me, like for instance, I was working with Malik on a contract, a response. He's again an actor in the entertainment, and it was for video production at Constitution Hall. Only thing I did was put in AI, give me the top 10 vendors that have worked and using whatever the scope of work in the AI. It listed the top 10. Then I went into SAM and make sure that they're not registered. Now you have a list to start calling from. That's why I say AI is a game changer, because previously you just depended on Google to find it. But right now, AI is the game changer for me. Does that make sense to anybody? So we want this community to be fun. So part of the fun is gonna be challenging y'all, getting y'all out of your y'all comfort zone. Maybe once a month I'm gonna come back and check how many bids. I keep asking that, how many bids? I want somebody to say, Miss Paul, I've submitted 10 bids and I've gotten at least 3 responses back from those bids. Because I know come October 1, you're not going to have 6,000 opportunities posted daily. Now we're into the strategy, what we're going to do during the downtime, right? Okay. So, anybody have any question on that little snapshot before I put y'all in the breakout rooms and then we come back out? Anybody have any questions on what I just discussed?
Ms. Paula, I just have a question or comment clarification. I think and I know it sounds like an excuse, but my hesitancy was always about the funding of how was I going to have funding up front. But I think when you gave the example of what the person did and went to the bank and they took the contract and showed that they was awarded the contract, that made a difference because, I'm reading the fine print, I'm seeing what it has. And in my mind, I was thinking, and one of the things you have told us is don't think about your skill set. It's not about your skill set. So I finally got over that hump because I'm always thinking about my skill set. But then my next obstacle in my mind was the funding of, okay, if I win this, how will I pay for XYZ? And of course, I've never have taken that opportunity to go to the bank and say, hey, here's the contract. So that has helped out tremendously because to me, you always need money up front. And I just didn't have that kind of money to put up front. And I don't know if anybody else is like that on the call, but that was my hindrance. So
And
thank you for
everything is
sharing
also,
that.
thank you, Marlene. And everything is negotiable. She negotiated with the subcontractor for a net 30 days. The government's going to pay you within typically 2 weeks for small businesses. And so she's not even worried about this first funding because she knows she got 30 days on the back end. So she may not even borrow off of this first run. She may borrow it off the second run. So it's just a way to start getting the cash flow in. This is the run and done. You in and out. You in and out. And how many are responding to the source of salt notices? Good. Before I go into the school.com and what we're going to be doing with that, we got more people in here. Thank you all again. And again, we want to at least see your faces when I put y'all in the breakout room. I don't want people talking to black screens because I want you all to know each other. Get to build out this Wakanda Forever community, all right? Let me see that. Let me see the Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever. All right, so I'm gonna put y'all in breakout rooms for about 10 minutes. And again, I just want you all to get to know each other on a personal level. What's your end goals? What type of support or need that you're lacking? Because in this community, this is how we build capacity. But in order for us to build capacity, we have to know each other. All right? So it is 7:30. We'll come back in 7:41. And I'm gonna do it in the 4 breakout rooms. And so there'll be 4 to 5 people. So I might be 15 minutes. I want y'all to really get to know each other. So let's say 7:45. Okay? All right. Y'all just hit join. There you go.